welcome to my channel. My name is Anya and today's video is the video where I'm going to show you all of my single shadows and tell you which ones I would keep if I could only keep 10. I did this with my eyeshadow palettes on Wednesday. I keep saying Tuesday, on Wednesday, and I have them next to me on my desk in case I need to swatch any shadows for comparison, but I thought I would take you through all of my single shadows. So I have some of them stored in here, and these are my Super Shocks, my creams, any powder shadow that I haven't depotted, they live in here. And then I have my Adapt palette, which, let me open it, and this keeps all of my magnetic singles. I thought about only including these ones. I also have any ones that didn't fit in here, so I have my Clear Stained Glass and then a Sydney Grace Pressed Glitter. I thought about only including these, but I decided to make it difficult for myself. So I am going to be picking both from this one, which are all of the ones I have either depotted or bought as singles that are magnetic, as well as any of my ones here. The Super Shock formula from Colourpop is probably the only reason I decided to do this, because it's my favourite eyeshadow formulation. I think I'm just going to start by picking out the products that are in contention and then afterwards narrowing it down to 10. So I'm going to start with this one. I will probably not pick any here. These are some NYX one. These are number 7. This is my only MAC shadow and it's pretty, but I have a dupe that I prefer. I'm going to put this to the side as a possible maybe, and I just put eyeshadow all over the desk, that's fine. And I have a couple of these Hourglass ones. I have the shade Foil that I like. I'm also going to put Ray aside. These ones are pretty. I'm going to put these two. These are the Makeup Mecca Foil Me shadows in Rebel and Obey. Rebel is rose gold, Obey is a gold. And then for the Super Shocks, I already know this one is definitely in contention. This is Kathleen Lights by Colourpop. It is probably my favourite copper. I like it a lot. Ooh, this one. This is Melrose, which is the warm brown. I'm also going to put that aside. I forgot to mention, I'm not including any of my glitters in here. So none of the Stila or the Makeup Mecca eye toppers, and I have a couple of loose glitters. They're not included. I do have my pigments here, but none of them are making the cut. But let me have a look at these. No. Ooh. No. I'm going to put Fluffy aside because it looks like a colour that I would love. I do like this one, but no, 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 nope, no, no, no. This purple is gorgeous, so I am putting that aside. Those are pretty too. Fade In I'm going to put because I like that a lot. Both of these as well. This is Sailor and Cornelius. Cornelius is one of my favourite eyeshadows to use in the crease. I think that's everything from this box. This is my Adept palette. I hope the angle and the lighting is okay. It has a clear divider here, and I have it sort of sorted by warmth and more cool tone shade, but it ends up looking neutral and colourful. I have a couple of shades from this warmest side. Both of them are Sydney Grace, if I can get them out. I have this one here, which is a gorgeous rose gold. It's called Blushed, and I just dropped that everywhere. I also have this one, which is called Aztec Ruins, which is a copper. Both of those are in contention. I am going to have to clean my desk afterwards. That's fun. I also like this one. This is a JD Glow shadow, but not as much as I like those. Don't think anything else here is going. Then I have this. I already sort of have in mind the colours that I'm thinking. I'm definitely going to put this one. This is Glass Ball by Colourpop. And then I have two JD Glow Galaxy shadows. This is Good God, and it is amazing. And then I have Unexpected, which is also gorgeous. I also really like this colour. This is Colourpop 143. I also really like this. This is Sydney Grace As If, and it is a gorgeous, vibrant, shimmery purple. It is just pretty. So is this, the matte version for just trying me from Colourpop. Paradiso would probably make the cut. So would Earthshine from Colourpop, which is another duochrome. I'm gonna take this one out. This is Colourpop Sleeper. I'm not sure that anything else is coming out of these. Maybe this. This is Piece of Cake and Lost and Found. They're not the best in terms of formulation, but I like the colours a lot. I think that's it from there. And then I have this one, which has my Sydney, this has my Cleona stained glass ones. All of them are in contention, and I think most of them are gonna make it through because I absolutely love them and I have nothing like them in any of my palettes. So I have zoomed in and tilted the camera so that you can hopefully see better. I will be doing swatches. I think I'm gonna start checking some of the mattes in here, both these three from Colourpop, and then some of the mattes here. I have my basket of palettes next to me. So I have Jackie Aina and Colourpop I Think I Love You, and those are the ones that contain the most neutrals. I also have Yes Please. I'm just going to put that on top. I'm going to swatch these. Cornelia's is my favourite crease shade. It is a slightly warm mid-tone brown, and it just suits me very nicely because I am very, very pale. So it ends up looking a bit like nothing, but it just ends up being the best colour for a more neutral, simple eye look. I have a couple of shades in these palettes that look like they could be similar. And this breaks my heart a bit because this was one that I was considering holding on to because I love it a lot. But I have a very similar colour in Yes Please, which is the one over here. This one ended up being a bit more cool toned. I guess I can continue swatching. This is Fade In, which is a much warmer, more orangey brown. I think this is going to be similar to Melrose, just outright. It is. I'm going to get rid of Melrose. I don't need two of them, so that has been eliminated. But can I eliminate Fade In? That is too cool toned. That could actually do the trick. This is from Anastasia. It's the Jackie Aina palette. The shade Ginger is kind of similar, but a little bit less orange, a little bit more brown. I think it is similar enough that I think I'm going to get rid of Fade In. I am hesitant to get rid of Cornelius because I love it so much. So I'm just going to have it next to me. I think this is another one I can eliminate. This is a highlighter from The Body Shop, from a collection they did many, many years ago with Leona Lewis. This is in Oh Dear Bronze. I use it as a single shadow. I swirl the three colours together and it creates a really pretty bronzy copper colour. And I have my favourite copper and I have another one, so I think I'm going to try and decide which one of these three make it. It's a very sort of rosy copper, which is part of what I like about it. That's Body Shop, that's Aztec Ruins, and that's Kathleen Lights. They are different. I actually think they are different enough that it's noticeable. I'm actually going to swatch my Rose Gold shade from Sydney Grace as well next to... So it is more rose gold than copper. That's interesting. I can eliminate that based on that. It's pretty, but the Sydney Grace Rose Gold is much more shiny, as you can see. When it comes to the two coppers, I think all of these three, so Blushed, Aztec Ruins from Sydney Grace, and Colourpop Kathleen Lights, they can stay for now. I think I can eliminate this purple. This is Try Me from Colourpop. Purely coincidental, I have the Jackie Aina palette open next to me for some swatches, and Big Wig looks kind of similar. It looks a little bit deeper. That's Try Me, that's Big Wig. It is a little bit more like, I don't know, a bit more pinky, not as like bright purple. I'm also going to swatch 143, and whereas I'm also going to swatch Sleeper because I think they are They can be kind of similar, and it looks like it. They're similar, but they're still different. I think Sleeper is the one that is the most similar to Big Wig, so I am going to get rid of it. I'm sort of doing an elimination process. I think the Cliona Stained Glass shadows are staying, so that's 6. Which means, and I also honestly think both of my Shady Glow are staying, and that is 8. Which means I have an opening for 2. It has started thundering outside and raining. I think I'm gonna have to not go with Cornelius because it is so similar to the colour in Yes Please. Let me have a swatch on these. These are the Makeup Mecca ones. They're really foiled and really pretty and shiny, but I think I am honestly not really gonna reach for a champagne shade as like a foiled shade. I have reached for this one, the Rose Gold, because it is just so stunning. I think champagne is going, Rose Gold is a maybe. I also think this is gonna go. This is fluffy. Part of the reason why I like it is because it's just such a pretty, slightly bronzy gold, and it is nice and shiny. But I'm looking at multiple golds. I have this from Colourpop, I Think I Love You. It's a little bit lighter, but it's close. I have Soleil from Jackie I Know, which has a bit of pink to it, but I am not going to reach for this. It's not noteworthy enough to be a pick. I'm also going to remove both of these two, so Try Me and 143. They're pretty, but I just remembered I have this NYX palette, which has another purple, but it has that pink next to it, and they can be mixed together. And Big Wig has the same tone, so if I sheer it out, I think it's going to be similar. And I also have Raspberry, which ends up looking much alike. What I'm thinking is, I'm not sure whether or not I actually want all 6 of these Cliona shadows. They are extraordinary and so beautiful to look at, but they take up over half of my slotted 10 slots. I also think Sailor, which is pretty, it has the beige base, has this really nice light blue reflect, and I really like it. And it looks really pretty, but it's very subtle, and I think recently I've been into a little bit more bright, and even though Glass Ball isn't that similar, it has a bit more of a dark base, they end up having a very similar reflect. You can see Glass Ball up top and Sailor at the bottom, and I feel like Sailor is just going to look too similar to pretty much all of my other shades, especially light shiny ones. Sailor is going to go, but Glass Ball I really like, so I think I'm gonna hold on to it for now. I'm gonna check the blues up against the blue here. You can see those already look very similar, and I already think I'm not going to keep both of these because they end up looking extremely similar on the eyes. But I think if they look similar to the blue in this palette, I can get rid of both of them. Let me move you over here for now. It ends up actually being a brighter version of Lost and Found, which was this first shade, which I don't mind. So these are both going. I have dwindled it down. I also think I'm gonna get rid of this Foil Me. I have to stop filming because of the weather. I'm not actually gonna be crossed, but it's pouring. So the rain has died down a little bit. It was just too much. I could barely hear myself talk. I'm gonna put this Makeup Mecca foil shadow away. It's Rebel, it's a rose gold, but it's similar to blushed. I prefer blushed, so I'm gonna put that away. I'm also probably gonna put this purple away. This is gorgeous. It's As If, also from Sydney Grace. They have incredible shadows. It's gorgeous, but I have Shookington, and it's not the same tone. Shookington is a little bit less bright, a bit more grey. Actually, swatching it makes me hesitant to do anything. I think I'm not gonna choose these. The Hourglass ones, I haven't swatched them. Foil and Ray. Foil is a copper. I have 2 still in contention up here, you can't see them. I'm almost tempted to just pick those 10. 6 multi-chromes, and then these all do their chromes, but I'm not sure if I want to. Let me swatch This is a whole new world. It's a Super Shock from the Disney collection. It is gorgeous. I recently used it in a look and I really liked it. It's really pretty. But Belle Violet from the palette next to me, you can't see, it's the Emily Edit the Once palette. It's similar. Belle Violet is a little bit less shiny. It's all the way at the end there. I couldn't get a good swatch with my pinky, but it's similar enough, I think. And purple isn't a shade that I wear too often, so I think I'm gonna be okay with letting go of that. I think I'm just gonna swatch the multi-chromes. I haven't done that yet, since I'm hesitant about whether or not I actually want to hold on to all of them. I think swatching them is going to be the easiest way to figure out if any of them are a no. I'm mostly thinking about maybe this one or this one. This is Blaze and it is pretty. I am horrible at getting the multi-chrome in them to show off. But it has a gold base and it has pink reflex. And another one that I can't really remember. I see it mostly as a beige and a gold and a pink. And it is really, really pretty. It's really sparkly. And it looks, I mean, you can kind of see the multi-chrome reflect. It is just beyond beautiful. I'm going to swatch foiling next to it. This is the one that I was curious about. This one to me is the one that looks in the pan as like a just regular kind of bronzy shadow. But you can see it has a bit of green to it. Why do they have to be so pretty? I have Sandblast. This is one that looks very dark and it has a red, but it also has browns and greens. But again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show off in the pan, but I can hopefully do it on my hand. Maybe you can see. They are very pretty. And then I have the three more colourful ones. I have Torch here, which is a brighter pink. But you can see it has a bit of like a yellow shift. They are really, really gorgeous. This is Stencil. That may be the purple I should have swatched up against the Super Shock shadow. I definitely don't want to leave it now. And this is Trefoil, and this is just incredible. You can see it has some like turquoise, teal, and then that really nice, I call it a yellow green. Okay, this is definitely a lock, and so is the purple. Oh my gosh, they are just beyond pretty. The one I'm questioning is this Blaze. I'm going to swatch it next to Soleil from the Anastasia Jackie Aina palette. Soleil has that yellow shift than it has, but it doesn't have that strong pink. Because I'm not really tempted to say no to any of these. And when I was thinking about doing this, I thought palettes are going to be difficult because I have a fair amount of them, but not all of them are favourites. With this, I was sort of like, okay, I have no other multi-chromes, so they are like locked in for the journey. And then I have these Galaxy shadows from JD Glow, and this is just beyond gorgeous. So is Unexpected, and I've been loving both of them this year. They are just so shiny and sparkly and gorgeous. I'm going to swatch my other two duochromes here. So I have Colourpop Glassable, which is less intense, and I know that, but I'm also really enjoyed it. I feel like it ends up looking kind of similar to Good Gold, but it has a different base colour and a not strong shift. And then I have Earthshine, which is a pink with like a bluey purpley thing. I'm bad at describing colours and shadows. You can see that I don't think this is going to go on. I'm not big on those kinds of shades, and I think if I want a blue shift, I'm going to go with either one of those two. If I want a pink, I'm going to go with any of the multi-chromes, because that's 9 slots if I bring Glassable into it. I just wiped one of the swatches down. That may have been a mistake, because I think a part of me wants to go with the most magnificent shadows I own, which are the shiniest, the most unique, which are the multi-chromes and the Jodie Glow shadows. But then I have these three in particular, the two coppers and the rose gold, which are just some of my favourite eyeshadows to wear. And I don't have all that many rose golds, I think, in any of my palettes. I'm just going to swatch it on my hand. It is the best rose gold blushed by Sydney Grace. Just going to swatch it against a couple of shadows if I can find any that look like they could work. Okay, swatching showed me an almost dead on dupe. That is Sydney Grace. It's the second swatch from the top. And this was in the Yes Please palette. It's actually the colour on the corner. So that means blushed is going away, which I did not think was going to happen because I absolutely loved it and I actually had that shade in mind specifically when I did the palettes. I also found a copper, so I am going to swatch my coppers as well. There is so much fun involved in just playing and swatching eyeshadow, but it gets super messy really fast. So this is Aztec Ruin. It's definitely a lighter and more orange than that, but I have a lighter, more orange version here. Not exactly the same, and I actually have that last shade, which was Chauffeur by Colourpop, in a single. Didn't pick it because I knew it was in the palette. Do I need both? I mean, Aztec Ruins is just, it's more shiny and it's prettier. And I know I haven't touched that shade. This is Paradiso by Colourpop. These choices are more difficult. I think I'm gonna have to put Aztec Ruins away as well. I actually just did that because I would much rather have this one with me. Why do you have to be so pretty? I kind of wish now I didn't include these because I just made everything so much more difficult than it needed to be by including the Super Shocks. This is Paradiso by Colourpop. It is gorgeous. And I have similar shades in like a matte version in the Jackie Aina palette. I also have like shades that could work in this Brights palette from NYX. I don't have it as a shimmer, so what do I do about that? And I honestly think what I do about that is I let that go, because it isn't a shade I wear a lot. I like pairing it with Unexpected. They don't look like they could work because Unexpected has that green shift, but it has a similar base colour and they do look gorgeous when layered. But I get the same effect by layering Unexpected on top of a matte. And I have a matte that shade, or at least nearly that shade. That brings me down 11, and I'm actually gonna get rid of the purple. You can't see it because it's off frame, but these are the ones I'm left with. 6 multi-chromes, 3 duochromes, and just 2 regular shades. I'm gonna put that away. I'm gonna keep Kathleen Lights. I think that's my choice. These are the 10 shades that I would feel like I would miss, even though I do have nearly identical shades to Kathleen Lights. Nothing really compares, but I don't have anything like the other shades here. So these are the ones I would miss. Let me swatch them for you so you can see. I'm gonna start with the boring one in the bunch, which I don't think is boring because it is beautiful. Let's do the multi-chromes next. I don't know why that cut out, but you've got Kathleen Lights Foiling Sandblast. This is Torch from Cliona. That is Blaze. I should have probably swatched this at the end, tying it in with those two, but oh well. That was Stencil, the purple. This is Trefoil. I mean, they are pretty. They almost look a bit like a rainbow. I think I'm going to be sparkly for days. Let's do Jodie Glow Unexpected. And that centre my arm a bit. Jodie Glow Good God. And then Glass Ball at the end. I think these are my 10. I think I'm happy with that. The only thing I would consider swapping would honestly be that, and putting that purple in. And I think if I were to only pick from my singles palette, I think this would be how it would look. So bonus shade of purple in the end. But this was fun. I didn't think, I mean, I suspected those 8. I suspected the multi-chromes and the JD Glow, but I did not think I was going to actually fall so badly for Kathleen Lights that it would be my choice, even though I have a near dupe. I mean, I guess it is my favourite eyeshadow formula, especially the metallic shades, because they are so creamy and gorgeous, and I love it so much. Those were my 10. Thank you so much for watching. I think I'm gonna run both of my arms underneath the shower for a couple of minutes now because I'm sparkly. I also am gonna have to clean my desk afterwards. Apologies for the mess, but I can't really do makeup without making a mess. I hope you enjoyed the video. What 10 shadows would you pick from your collection if you have more than 10? And if you see any shadows here that you want to see me do a look on, let me know. I just remembered I forgot to do the numbers. I was going to tell you how many I had at the beginning. Let me just total that up so that we can see. So in total, with all of my singles, there is 173. It's a lot, but I think it was easier narrowing it down because most of my singles are neutral shades that I have in the palettes that I picked. And for this, I knew I would not give up my clear shadows. And I've also really fallen for these JD Glow ones. They're special. There is just something incredible about them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. Bye!